Boomerang, boomerang, boomerang. We intercept the waster. We waste the waster. We oppose opposition. In the name of Jesus, we resist the resistor. Thank you, Lord. As you live here, I declare you will not be wasted. Let the waster be wasted. Let every opposition be opposed. Let every resistance break. Live here with the upper hand. Have dominion. And now we send the blood of Jesus to your father's house, to your mother's house, to your background. Anything that lifts up his head against you, in the name of Jesus, we ground it in the blood of Jesus. We ground it in the name of Jesus. Above all, any condition, pattern and cycles that are contrary to the will of God, to the word of God, to the plan of God for your life, today on the grounds of the blood of Jesus, we intercept it. Which one says interception, interception, intercept, interception, interception, interception. We intercept, intercept, intercept contradictions. We intercept contradiction. We command you in the name of Jesus as more than a conqueror. Tell somebody, I declare that you are more than a conqueror. Tell two people, I declare that you are more than a conqueror.
Tanumo onunchoni ha odama chiechele wekun oyanu tumo osole mojiake ubawo nani aya baba shushueshwe. Amen.
Yeah, that's what I believe. See his sunshine, he's all around us. And there are beautiful clouds where you are. That's how I know that these worries will not last. I can see you've been crying and staying wide awake, asking yourself why the journey is so tough. They say tough times never last, only tough people do. So don't stop believing, I know it's gonna be better. Say la, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, la, 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 ba-dum. Can't be loved by everybody, it's impossible, you know. And trust me, it's okay, so let the toxic people go. Your peace within is more priceless than a pearl. You got to be happy, cause life's just way too short. Don't stress the little things, they will only waste your time. Just take it easy, easy like a nursery rhyme. And I'm singing, I know it's gonna be okay. So I wanna see you smile today. Hey, you just gotta be happy, man. Good days, bad days, it's all part of life. But you must keep the groove on and enjoy every single day. I'm sure you've had some happy days before. So what makes you think you can't have more? Can't have more. Keep on fighting and you'll see. You will soon see rainbows. Hey, come on. La, 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 la. La la la.
And this passage is, for me, good incidental. It was not planned to happen at the same time. I think that we have had so much time to consider that year, right up from 2021. It's been reversed. It lapsed at the end of the 8th Parliament. It had to be taken through the same process because we now have a new Parliament, the 9th Parliament. And so it couldn't inherit what was left there, but that's the practice of Parliament, the Convention. So it has to come back again to the initiators through the sponsors who have changed in a way. They have changed because some of the sponsors in the last Parliament could not make it up to the 9th Parliament. Then we have to go through the advice from the Agency Department and all other stakeholders who were involved. Then we have to get the new Parliament, the new members, to understand what all these things are about and to look at the law. And you know the copious instruments and laws on human rights. All over. We have to go through all, from the UN Charter to the African People's Rights and what, all. We have to go through all. Then we have also our development partners who had a lot of contribution to make. We had the United Nations coming in with proposals, some memo and everything. We as Ghanaians also have to dig deeper into our cultures, our customs, our values before we came out with what was passed on Friday. And in fact, when it was passed on Friday, it was even a surprise to me. Because I know that they were going to start the consideration of the bill. And that was the instructions I left before I went to attend to other activities. It was Friday, and members wanted to go home early to their constituencies, the one we're going to see today. And so I knew they wouldn't have completed it. But all of a sudden, I read about this passage. I reacted, and later I saw on TV all the things that happened. And so this evening, I have asked the leaders to meet me in my office. So they will be here for us to go through it. This is such a critical bill that we believe there must be consensus. Well, it's not about passing bill. It's about implementing it and making sure that it benefits the people. So leaders of both sides of the house will be with me this evening for us to discuss what next after the passage of the bill. And I'm very sure that being men and women of wisdom will find a way out and to get all Ghanaians to buy into it. We are grateful to all those who have come out with the commendation of the good work that partner has done. I want to assure them that whatever discussion we'll have will be to better what has already been passed. It won't take any shine of it. But we need all of them to come on board, because without an identity, you have no value.
His outbursts, he blasted UNAIDS and Global Fund and Ghana AIDS Commission live on TV. Have you forgotten? Do you remember that viral video? You can play it. Please, do we have it? Let's play it. And you see where he accused Ghana AIDS Commission of procuring lubricants, condoms, and materials that support homosexual HIV patients to go and sleep with other men. Lubricants and all that. And there, those same organizations, representatives, openly also submitted, and you captured it, that yes, they do support, they do give this, they do that to support. And Sam George was so angry, and he blasted them. Then after just 3 weeks ago, you have blasted them, 2024, when you blasted the same people, that these are the very people who are promulgating and enablers of LGBT. And just as recent as 3 weeks ago, you blast them, and that they are the people. And everybody knows that these are the sources: clandestine, advocacy, counseling here, medical here, HIV, and you, the same group of people, including the Honorable Sam George, who blasted them openly. None of us blasted. He blasted. Then you turn around to come on Friday to come and exempt the same group of people. You yourself, you have gone viral for blasting them and accusing them of that crime, to say that they can go ahead and do the same thing that you have accused them of, and even use it to promote LGBT, and they should be exempted. What kind of hypocrisy is that? What kind of double standard is that? So Ghanaians, please, these are dangerous dilutions. These are dangerous deletions and insertions. We should not be allowed to just go like that. We want the old bill to come. We want the old bill to come. The old bill is what has the deterrence, the teeth to bite. If you want to say Adia Akufo-Addo went to me and Mahama Baya Wabeya, what that means is that the bill that was passed in 2024, President Mahama, you sign it in the shape and form as it was. The shape and form as it was passed. And the can say Adia Akufo-Addo went to me and Mahama Baya Wabeya. But not when the bill is given to you. Now we'll say, what the bill no? The woman no, a idea, a chiwade, one I was a bill no, a demo, be bien was a sassa, Monframan one sign, Montuntia, or Namon to Mamma, me ba, may sign in the same way. Sign the bill, me ba, may sign the same bill. O promise a software, o promise imam for, o promise him for, o promise say, be a no to a baby. I say, what the oba, be beer and touch him out bill, no over sign, or buy house a baby. Say, and to 2 more and 3 more, near and fast as SMCC, me remu. Ama 1 year obia nim wom mo anisifo ya Sam George mo nyina mo ka mo anisifo ya ma bo mo achi openly say wom na hye LGBT achi na nkofo bia mpro ni wom ho ahi sabe ewo LGBT ayi mo say safo na hye kire no na wom aye mpo de ye mo 3 years jail ana say achi so 5 years jail town ukochi obi mpo so wo ya ono na oye no say ye man only 3 years ana say man 5 years na mom no nipa na ono hye kire pomp sika gum organizing meetings man ko for visa salon don kwa brochire ebe mo nro me mo lubricant bohu de road de call radio so TikTok ni ade man ya akono no ye mo 10 years no ye sign na mo wo ba ya wa be cancer safo na wo mum na hyehyɛ kire no ye yi wo mo nsin nche ne ye mo ho ban na ze mra na wo sɛ ye no wan sha ma Ghana fo.
I must ask you one thing about internal Ghanaian politics, and I've got a lot of questions already on it. Thank you, Samuel Badu, and others, which is whether you will sign the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill.
Oh, wow.
Which your Parliament has passed. We're speaking on the first day of Pride, of the month of Pride here, and there is a lot of interest in Ghana, as well as here in the UK and in Europe. What you will do on this?
The Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill has been a bill that has probably evoked the most interest in Ghana. It shows how, important issues of family values are.
It is not the only reason Ghana is in the news. It has been one.
Yeah. Parliament has been considering it, and it was supposed to have been passed last week. There have been a few issues raised. One, that there wasn't quorum when it was passed. That's an issue that has come up. And then 2, there were some procedural lapses in terms of its passage. I just got some communication that the Speaker was reading a statement to address the issue of the lapses in the passage of the bill. And so, like I said, when I was the opposition leader, the president has a number of options in this matter. It must come for assent. And so, once the president gets it, you go through it because you are not part of the discussion in Parliament. And so the legal representative, the legal counsel in the presidency and the Attorney General would sit on it because it was a private member's motion. Right. This was not a government bill. And so we'll look at it and make sure that everything is in order before the president is advised to assent. The president has another option if there are some things that he thinks are a problem. He can refer to the Council of State for advice. The Council of State is an advisory body to the president, and so they'll take a look at it, and then they will advise the president. And if there are issues, substantial issues that are raised, the president would return the bill to Parliament, indicating exactly what the issues are. And so there's still quite a while to go before that bill becomes law.
Thank you.
Speaking of good afternoon, Ghana, Member of Parliament for Bosume Frehun Nana Safri Aye defended the process that led to the bill's delay. According to him, contrary to public perception, the New Patriotic Party never opposed the bill.
We have never been against the bill. We have never been against the bill. In fact, this is not the first time the bill has been passed. During the 8th Parliament, the bill was passed. So nothing new has happened. What was so different or people were expecting was the assent to the bill.
To the bill.
That is where the bone of contention was.
On his part, Member of Parliament for Effiong constituency, Isaac Boamount Nyako, argued that access of the revised bill require closer scrutiny. He expressed concern over exemptions granted to certain professional groups, warning that the provisions may create legal uncertainty and make enforcement more difficult.
The difficulty is when you create exemption, somebody has to now interpret and determine the scope of the exemptions because it's so defined. But when you subject it under the Constitution The Constitution is already clear in terms of what kind of activities that you are legitimately involved, supposed to conduct yourself. So if you as a journalist, you prior to this exemption, if you conduct yourself in a manner that is deemed as promoting the activities of LGBT, no, because your utterance, your statement, your action, your activities, whoever will pick it as in the security agencies, because they have the power, and it is the Attorney General that will prosecute.
Now, consequential motion number 42.
Speaker, I rise to move that the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill 2025 be now read the third time. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Honourable members, motion for the third reading ably moved. Any seconder?
I rise to second the motion.
Honourable members, motion moved and seconded. It is for the consideration of the House. I will then put a question. As many as are in favor of the motion say aye. Those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. The motion for the third reading is accordingly adopted.
An act to provide for human sexual rights and family values and related matters.
Honourable members, the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill 2025 is duly read for the third time and passed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the Minority Leader for his presence in the chamber and contributions as he joined us to pass the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill. It's a promise that was made that the bill will be passed, and upon passage will be assented to expressly by President John Dramani Mahama. Mr. Speaker, but for the fact that we have not yet printed a copy of the bill, I would have assured you that this evening the bill would have been assented to.
Without ceremony, without ceremony.
Without ceremony. Unfortunately, the President is out of the jurisdiction. We have not yet printed a copy of the bill for him. But upon return to Ghana, I can assure Ghanaians that His Excellency, the President, will, as promised, assent to this bill, and it will come into force. I know that my friends in the minority are going to go out there and try to mislead the public. I am told that instead of remaining in the chamber and putting up a fight based on their convictions, they have absconded, left the chamber, and they are outside attempting to mislead Ghanaians in a press conference. Mr. Speaker, what is it all about? The proponents of the bill propose in clause 9 and clause 10 that subject to the Constitution. And the committee decided to elaborate on the rendition of subject to the Constitution and felt that when it comes to the right to counsel and the freedom of lawyers to represent persons accused of offenses under this act, we cannot treat advocacy in that instance as promoting LGBTQ practice. Same way, the committee felt that they should propose to this House that media houses reporting matters relating to LGBTQ should not be accused of the offense of promoting LGBTQ. And academics, researchers, conducting research into matters of LGBTQ, they should be free to publish their reports. The publication of those reports or research findings should not amount to an offense under this act. And lastly, they proposed that when people practicing LGBTQ go to the hospital and they are attended to by doctors, whether it is counseling, treatment, or surgery, we should not accuse those doctors of promoting or supporting LGBTQ.
The final batch of Ghanaians in South Africa have all now registered. We have a little above 600. Earlier, those who wrote their names was in the region of 800, but it's clear that we'll have to go beyond that. We now are exceeding 900, but thanks to the compassionate leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he has said that all Ghanaians in harm's way, in distress, who are being harassed, being dehumanized, and we will go all out to protect Ghanaians and to make sure that the welfare of Ghanaians is safeguarded. So I can assure you that all is set for the next batch to arrive. We're just waiting for the South African authorities to finalize our request for the flight permits so that our chartered jets can move in, contrary to a lot of disinformation, misinformation, and propaganda out there. The vast majority of Ghanaians we have registered, we've looked at their documentation. These are legal migrants. Disregard all those claims that these are people who are illegal migrants. It is not true at all, and we've challenged those who are making these claims to put out the evidence. They have not been able to put out any evidence. Let me also say that what is beautiful about the registration we are doing is that we do it in collaboration with the Department of Home Affairs, the South African authorities, who are there at our High Commission to check for people who they are looking for in their database, people who are wanted, suspected criminals. And so far, not a single Ghanaian is of interest to the South African authorities. So again, this claim by some propagandists, those who seek to tarnish the image of Ghana, that our citizens were lawbreakers, people who commit crime, and people who are contributing to insecurity and instability in South Africa. The evidence does not support it.
The Black Stars, it will be difficult to take our supporters from other domain. We are restricted because of the nature of this particular World Cup. It's being held in 3 countries, and we're playing our first match in Canada and then moving to Boston, from Boston to Philadelphia. And the cost of transporting, feeding, accommodating each supporter is, beyond our means. We say we are being fiscally disciplined. We cannot, spend our money in that manner. The cost approximates for each person to be fed, accommodated, transported, and all that, to watch the games, tickets, and all that, is estimated at almost $11,000. And so, how many can we take? So, we're concentrating mainly on the supporters' unions. They have a tradition of following the team to different places. They've been here to the UK, they've been to Germany, and they are registered members of the supporters' union. But what we're doing is we are procuring tickets for Ghanaians in the diaspora who want to attend the games. And so if you want to attend the game, you will get a ticket to attend the game. And so we have organized our chapters, our Ghanaian citizens in Boston, in Philadelphia, in Canada. And so the tickets that we have purchased, we would give to them to be able to watch the match. If any of you want to travel across and get tickets, I think that there's a way we can manage for you to get tickets to watch the games. Thank you. Recently, we've always pushed for African unity, and so it's sad to see some of the things that are happening on the continent. There's no way that any African country can achieve the kind of progress that it needs without working with other countries. We cannot achieve it in isolation. And that is why we passed the African Continental Free Trade Area, so that our people can invest in each other's countries, our people can move freely amongst each other's countries. Ghana is actioning this. Recently, we have made visas to our country for all African passport holders free of charge. So any African traveling to Ghana does not have to pay for a visa. In doing that, we've introduced the e-visa system, which makes it more convenient for our citizens living in diaspora. No longer do you have to come from Middlesbrough or Birmingham to the embassy to come and apply for a visa. You just sit wherever you are and put in the application, and within 48 hours, the visa will be issued. And so there's brain drain and there's brain gain. The thing, and this is what I say about migration. Somebody says, why did you come to our country? Human beings from time immemorial have been very mobile. All of us were created in Africa. Human civilization started in Africa. And then our cousins, the British, migrated and came here. The Chinese migrated and went there. Everybody migrated to somewhere else. And people move for many reasons. Some for opportunity, some just want to travel and go somewhere else. And so just as you say somebody is in your country, you too, your people are in that person's country. And so in Ghana we have everybody. We have British, we have South Africans, we have Sudanese, we have everybody, and we are living together. So I think that it is that diversity, and our elders say, for those of you who know that, because a hoho come sometimes with investment, and sometimes they come with new ideas that you never thought about. So there will be brain drain, there will be brain gain, but it's to the benefits of everybody. When we came, there were several state-owned enterprises, and I should have added that to my post-regime accountability. Often when things happen under one government, no investigations are done, government is reluctant to prosecute anybody. It takes the next government that comes to take the cases up and begin any prosecutions. And so I've told my people serving in government that the same accountability we're holding the past regime to. If you get involved in an abuse of trust of your office, we will deal with you in the same way. And Mayor in Tree, we say, Aba Yadebotechi, no Yadebeboba. Yes. It reminds me of our President Rawlings of late, blessed memory. He said, Aba Yadebotechi Edaho. And so we're putting in place the structures, and the point is to do as much as possible to prevent corruption. And now technology allows us to be able to do that. The former digital budgetary platform we're using, which is the GIFMIS, is no longer fit for purpose, so we are upgrading it. That will allow us to see in real time how Ghana's money is being spent. And because we're using blockchain technology, if you go in and you put anything there, you can't go back and change it. And so if you put in a fictitious invoice, we will find you out, because once it goes in and it is queried, we'll come back and arrest you.
The AU meeting in Cairo is June 24th to the 27th. Ghana's petition will be on the table. For the first time, xenophobia in South Africa will be a formal agenda item at the African Union. That's significant. South Africa will have to respond not just to Ghana, but to the continent. And then April 2027 is the TAQA lease deadline. 11 months away, but every single development in this diplomatic standoff between now and then will shape what Ghana decides about that mine. You know, the optics of renewing a South African company's license while Ghanaians are still being repatriated from South Africa, trust and believe, would be politically toxic in Ghana, yeah. Goldfields, they know this. Ramaphosa, he may know this. If he doesn't, well, right now he does because Goldfields have approached him. And Mahama, yes, he knows it too. And so here's the question that I want to leave you with, right? Is this the moment that Africa starts enforcing reciprocity? Not with protests, not with statements, but with the one thing that actually moves the needle in global affairs, economic consequence. Because if Ghana walks away from that Takwa lease, the message to South Africa and to every country that hosts African migrants, while their corporations extract African wealth, will be unmistakable. You cannot take from Africa and harm Africans at the same time. Not anymore. I mean, what are we building? What is our vision? Who are we as a continent when that is happening today in 2026? And then a bigger question that we won't dive in on today's episode, but I want to leave with you as food for thought, because the logic that Ghana is applying here, right? Use what we have as leverage. It doesn't have to stop at South Africa. What if African countries applied that same pressure more broadly? What if the continent collectively said, you want our minerals? Build a refinery here first. You want our oil? Process it on our soil. You want access to our resources? Then invest in our people. That logic, resource access to genuine partnership, could fundamentally rewrite Africa's relationship with the rest of the world.
Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on the Metro Television. The show is also live on 94.1 FM. So please tell a friend to tell a friend that the show is on live radio 94.1 FM. You called for it, you requested for it. We've done exactly that, which is that you want to be able to enjoy the program on your radio dial. In case you can't watch us on TV, we've done just that. My name is Aldo Moro. Today is the 2nd of June, 2026. And indeed, this is the day the Lord has made. We're glad in it. I want to say a big thanks to Almighty God for making it very, very possible for us to join the nation's conversation on the big issues that are making the rounds in our dear country, Ghana. We've returned here. I want to say hallelujah, amen. I want to say alhamdulillah, rabbil alameen as Muslims. So thank you very much, Almighty God, for making this possible. Let me also say that I have the papers here with me, and I'll be looking at what the papers are reporting this morning, as well as the news portal as well. And then we would tell you who are our guests on the show today. I'll start with the Daily Graphic. So Daily Graphic this morning is reporting that Reset Agenda wins investor confidence. £215 million UK deals signed. African Games contracts, Auditor General goes after 580 million cedis losses. There's Heath Goldfields unveils $20 million development plan for Bogoso Prestea. And then there's government awaits flight permits to evacuate more Ghanaians from South Africa. The Ghanaian Times is reporting that Ghana open for business. President Mahama woos UK investors tout stability, economic recovery. There's 250 million investment to transform Damine mining operations. Integrity, key to building trust in institutions. Dr. Esibe Yabua. Road crashes, 1,009 die in first quarter of 2026. Daily Guide is reporting that Mahama hints at returning gay bill to Parliament, and the Zakontama has reported illegal miners, according to ex-minister. Tension in NDC over flag bearer race. And there's government to establish largest gold refinery, according to Sami Jemfi. 31 amendments have weakened anti-LGBTQ bill, according to Minority. And then there's the Insight. The Insight this morning is reporting that Botswana rejects U.S. military-based claims. President praises smooth Hajj exercise, consoles families of dead pilgrims, and has resolved Adamo's issues through engagement, traditional leaders, the government. Mahama, he says, Africa's exclusion from UN Security Council, historical injustice. Oko Vanderpoy salutes government's swift response to South Africa's xenophobic crisis, so whom stakeholders unite against human trafficking, as engaged Now Africa and sign a global university lead transformating forum. And there's also U.S. Army drills in Venezuela met with protests. The New Republic this morning is reporting that styrofoam ban, EPA sacrificed $1.2 billion industry, 1,200 jobs, food packaging prices to rise. Ajayi breaks silence on Cathedral of Scandals but avoids the $97 million questing. Anti-LGBTQ plus bill hits procedural wall, and there's London summit pitches West End industrial corridor. President Mahama unveils shipbuilding plans for Western Enclave, and inflation falls to 3.4%. Parliament OK's election of MMDCEs, but will power really leave the presidency? Comes to the question mark. Volta Economic Corridor flight takes off as Gunu launches 180,000 chicks and a 24-hour bet against poverty. 71 years old, the linguist defiles grand knees. Sam Trokofi youth vow justice as the elders beg victims' family for clemency. The Daily Post this morning is reporting that told to refine Ghanaian crude oil from June 2026, President Mahama. All you need to know about type 2 diabetes in children. The SIGA comments tour for historic financial turnaround, submission of 6 years of audited accounts. So congratulations to you, Edmond Combat Esquire, MD for Tor. When you do the right things, we would commend you. So keep making not just Tor proud, but keep making Ghana proud. That's Edmond Combat. Congratulations and kudos to you. B and the FT this morning says Fidelity Bank deepens growth momentum with strong 2025 performance. The Money Summit 2026 financial sector heavyweights convene. Tor clears a 6-year audit backlog, returns to profits with 1.24 billion cedis pre-tax surplus in 2025, and SIGA commendation for governance and financial recovery. Access Bank partners Deloitte to equip women entrepreneurs. The UB engages Ghana Gold Board to deepen strategic partnership. Let me now look at what the online portals are reporting this morning. So My Joe Online this morning says anti-LGBT bill, Mahama's call for further review is perfectly in order, according to Dapia Makbo. And there's anti-LGBTQ bill. NDC has been courageous. Majority Chief Whip fires back at critics. No government role in World Cup ticket sales, according to Kofi Adams. And there is ECG announces power outages across 4 regions on June 2. The City Newsroom says road maintenance contractors threatening protests over 6 years arrears. There's GES releases 2026-2027 SHS and SHTS academic calendar. Ga Manche unveils plans for 500-bed children's hospital at Kolebu. Ghanaians prioritize governance over partisan politics online. Imani Pauls. Hey, Asamo. So it appears that the politicians are dishing out exactly what Ghanaians want. Well, look at what the Imani's sentiment analysis is saying, that the Ghanaians appear to enjoy the partisanship. Anyway, so Ghana Web this morning says 8 Ghanaians, 28 US and more, breakdown of universities no longer recognized by GTEC. The systemic flaws in NITA's licensing push and the threat to Ghana's digital trust. Abuchika arrest, NACOC outlines 12-hour operation tied to alleged fraud case. And then C, Carlos Queiroz, the final Black Stars World Cup squad. You may want to check that out on Ghana Web. Now, if you go to Metro TV online, there's a $2 million suit. We owe government nothing at that drip contract, JA Plant Pool. There's 2026 World Cup. Ghana secures 1,000 tickets for fans, according to Sports Minister. And there's Carlos Queiroz reacts to final squad, says players want to die for the shirt. And there's explained why transport fares are not going up despite reports of a 20% increase. All right, so that's it for the newspaper and the online portal review of the news portal review. Please stay with us. My guests are here. I'll tell you who they are shortly.
Tanumo onunchoni ha o dangma chiechele wekun oyanu tumo osole moji ake ubawo nani aya baba shushu amen.
Shouldn't be a daunting task. At MNC Properties, we believe everyone deserves a place to call home. That's why we specialize in providing affordable housing options under our flagship project, Fresh Property Joy, specifically designed for low and medium income earners. Our range of customizable homes includes 2 and 3 bedroom standard and executive options, all meticulously crafted using innovative interlocking brick technology. We understand the importance of simplicity and convenience in the acquisition process. That's why we have designed our procedures to be straightforward and hassle-free, offering flexible payment options tailored to your individual needs. In addition to our affordable homes, we proudly offer litigation-free lands for sale in vibrant and upscale communities that present the perfect opportunity to build your dream home. We are committed to making affordable housing a reality, providing you with the joy of owning a home that meets your budgets and aspirations. Whether you're looking to buy, rent, or invest, we've got you covered. Our service team is ready to assist you on 030-255-1917. MNC Properties.
Mommy, good morning.
Oh, good morning, my son. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Mom. How about you?
I'm fine.
Joe, I just saw your mom doing her usual morning routine. Like, it was just 2 weeks she underwent a major colon surgery.
Bro, see, my mom is doing perfectly fine, and we're all excited about it. It was minimally invasive surgery, and the recovery has been very fast.
Minimally? Hey! No, wait. What do you mean by that?
So they offered my mom a laparoscopic colon surgery. Laparoscopic colon surgery, which we accepted. It turned out it was equally safe with a very fast recovery time, and the cost involved too was very, very reasonable. She was discharged 3 days after the surgery, and you can see her, she's on her feet again.
3 days?
Just 3 days, bro.
Mean Tuber Hospital, first Ghana colorectal center, aimed to serve a peculiar health need.
Hey buddy, it's me Azar.
Yeah, me now they see. Hey, you look fresh.
Hey.
With your label today.
Wait till you see what's inside me.
Azar, freshly made inside and out for greater coverage and colors that last longer and beautify your walls, spaces and places. Azar, no size. Go ahead. Buy now. Azar, #1 from Azar Group since 1921.
Grab your bottle and unleash the taste of Storm Energy Drink. A bold flavor, a big attitude, feel the vibe, own the moment. It's your time to be different. Storm Energy Drink, make your mark. Excessive drinking can be detrimental to health. Not recommended for persons under 18 years, lactating mothers, pregnant women, and people sensitive to caffeine. This advert is FDA approved.
Looking for comfort, convenience, and class all in one place? Welcome to Stay Easy Apartments on Conference Center, where modern living meets exceptional service. Whether you're staying for business or leisure, Stay Easy offers you a home away from home. Spacious and well-furnished apartments, pool, gym, and everything you need to relax and feel at ease. Planning a meeting, workshop, or special event? Our event ground and state-of-the-art conference center is designed to host your events and bring your vision to life. From corporate gatherings to private functions, we provide the perfect space, supported by modern equipment and a professional team ready to assist you. At Stay Easy, your comfort and success are our priority. Book your stay or reserve your space today. Call us 020-739-1473 or 0244-226367. Stay Easy Apartments and Conference Center. Stay easy with us.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to Amame Manfo, Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so buying, and Maniswing, Nesansu Mama Hotoso, and will beg you.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
The month of Pride here, and there is a lot of interest in Ghana, as well as here in the UK and in Europe. What you will do on this?
The Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill has been a bill that has probably evoked the most interest in Ghana. It shows how, important issues of family values are.
It is not the only reason Ghana is in the news. It has been one.
Yeah. Parliament has been considering it, and it was supposed to have been passed last week. There have been a few issues raised. One, that there wasn't quorum when it was passed. That's an issue that has come up. And then two, there were some procedural lapses in terms of its passage. I just got some communication that the Speaker was reading a statement to address the issue of the lapses in the passage of the bill. And so, like I said, when I was the opposition leader, the President has a number of options in this matter. It must come for assent, and so once the President gets it, you go through it because you are not part of the discussion in Parliament. And so the legal representative, the legal counsel in the Presidency and the Attorney General would sit on it because it was a private member's motion. Right. This was not a government bill. And so we'll look at it and make sure that everything is in order before the President is advised to assent. The President has another option if there are some things that he thinks are a problem. He can refer to the Council of State for advice. The Council of State is an advisory body to the President, and so they'll take a look at it, and then they will advise the President. And if there are issues, substantial issues that are raised, the President would return the bill to Parliament, indicating exactly what the issues are. And so there's still quite a while to go before that bill becomes.
You voted for the law.
Yes, I voted for the law.
You voted for the law as a member of parliament?
Yes, because it was unanimous, yes.
It was, yes. So you voted for the law, even though as finance minister, you knew it was going to have a detrimental effect on the economy.
Our relations with South Africa continue. We do not have any breach in our diplomatic relations. What happened was that it's not the first time there have been these xenophobic attacks in South Africa. They say we shouldn't call it xenophobia. I don't know what else, other name you can give it. But there have been these surges in anti-foreign attacks. And normally those who bear the brunt are fellow Africans from neighboring states, Mozambique, Malawi, Zimbabwe, and before Nigeria. Lately, Ghanaians have gotten involved. This is the first time we've really had Ghanaians getting part of the direction of attacks. We had a situation where people went on rampage, locked the shops of foreigners, and many of the Ghanaians and other West Africans there come with some skills like nail work, barbering, weaving of hair, the cosmetic and beautician industry. And so when the rampage took place and their shops were locked, and it was dangerous to go out, because if you were identified as foreign, you could be attacked.
The only reason Ghana's in the news. It has been one.
Yeah. Parliament has been considering it, and it was supposed to have been passed last week. There have been a few issues raised. One, that there wasn't quorum when it was passed. That's an issue that has come up. And then two, there were some procedural lapses in terms of its passage. I just got some communication.
The show is live on 94.1 FM. My guests are here, and we're going to kickstart with a conversation for the morning. I'm here with the MP for the Efia constituency, Isaac Boamanyako. He's with us this morning to join us as we deliberate, or as we have a conversation about some of the big issues that are making the rounds in our dear country, Ghana. Honorable, good morning. Thank you very much for joining the show.
Good morning, Mauro. Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure mine too.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Alhamdulillah. How was your trip?
Yeah, everything is fine. Constituency is good. Hey, Barka di Salah.
Yeah, Barka Kadi.
Yes. It was a good one.
It was a good one.
I spent all the time in the constituency.
Adam Agbana bought me a very fat sheep.
Hey, Adam, you are my brother.
He tells me that he believes in the values of Eid, the value of sacrifice, the value of giving, the value of obedience.
I learned if he gave it to you and you slaughter, he will get a blessing, not you.
No.
You get a blessing for slaughtering.
Eric Adam Agbana is MP for K2 North. He's with us this morning. He's also a football enthusiast. In fact, he has a club called Nukunu FC. Now, Nukunu FC must have been 3 or 4 days ago. Adam put something up on his Facebook wall, and I thought it was a call for celebration. I mean, it was a dream. It was Sunday, It was a dream he believed in. Had passion for it. I'm sure when he started, someone said, Charlie, do you know what you're getting yourself into? This thing is so expensive. It's going to run you down. Blah. You won't have time to do blah, blah. But he said, look, I know exactly what I'm doing. It appears that so far so good. It doesn't even appears, but so far so good. Eden, good to see you once again. And good morning. It's been a while.
Yes. Good morning to you and to my senior and to all our cherished viewers across the world. Especially to the good people of K2 North. I took some time off the media to focused on a number of things.
Okay.
And one of such was to give attention to my football club, Nukuno Sports Academy.
Right.
When we were preparing for the sub-middle league and the middle league. And by God's grace, on Sunday, 31st of May, we qualified to Division 1. So historic, for the first time in the history of our constituency, we have a community team, a team that belongs to the people, qualifying to the National Division 1 league. And it means a lot to my people. In fact, on Sunday at the whole sports stadium, hundreds of constituents traveled from various parts of the constituency to Ho just to witness the historic moment.
That's what we're showing on the
support
screens.
us, yes. And our qualification also means a lot for the local economy in our constituency. What it means is that every weekend or every 2 weeks during our home matches, you have teams traveling from Accra, Eastern Region, and other parts coming to play there. People will be able to sell, and the enthusiasm from the people so far tells me that this is a worthy cause, something we really have to celebrate. Moro, there are a number of issues, there are a number of things that motivated me to start Nukuno Sports Academy. And historically, in just 3 years, we moved from Division 3 to Division 1, historic. I would want to check the records from the GFA, but I believe that we are among the youngest team to ever qualify, because in our first season in Division 3, we went unbeaten. We qualified for Division 2.
Okay.
We played first season in Division 2. Second season, we qualified for our maiden sub-middle league. We won all our 3 games, 100% winning record. We qualified again to the middle league. 8 teams competed from Volta and Oti region. Again, we won all our 4 matches in the middle league, historic. And so we are currently a Division 1 club. The glory belongs to God, but let me use the opportunity to thank the players, the management team, technical team, and most especially the fans. Look, the whole sports stadium was painted gold and black. Those are our colors. And people were surprised at the level of organization. Buses, dozens of buses moved from Ketu North on the D-Day. Hundreds of people took motorbike, rode motorbike all the way from Joje, Veta, Titeti, Apipa, Penyi, Tajevu, and other parts of the constituency, Okabu, just to go and support the team. And so we thank God for the victory, and we dedicate this victory to the people of Ketu North for their resilience and their support. What we want to do is to make Nukuno Sports Academy a springboard for football talent. Moro, every village in Ghana, every village in Ketu North, you will see that even when they do not have parks, the boys are able to come up with some small pools of a sort. Even on rocky grounds, people are playing football. Moro, in fact, even communities where the boys are unable to afford football, we have this socks ball and other innovative ways by which they just want to play. What it means is that the talents are there, passion is there, the love for the game is there, but what they lack is the opportunity to shine. Right. So we want the club to be a springboard. We'll be moving from village to village, we'll be moving from community to community, recruiting talent, young talent, and giving them this national platform. And I am so passionate about this project, and I pray that we get the right kind of support and investment in the team to make Ketu North the hub of football talent. And let me just use the opportunity to announce that tentatively, the management of the club has approved the Josek Park to be our home grounds. And so the technical people from the RFA and the GFA will be there to inspect the pitch, and then whichever work we have to do. I know we need an inner perimeter, we need to get a dressing room and a few things, but just to assure the people of Ketu North that we will not play our home matches outside the constituency. Whatever it will take for us to prepare a pitch that qualifies to be used for a Division 1 match, we will do that so that they would have the opportunity to enjoy football in the constituency. So those who are wondering, are you going to take the team to Accra at Tema? No, the team belongs to the people of Ketu North. And so it will be with them. They will play all our matches in the constituency. Moro, thank you so much.
But what's the state of the pitch there at the moment?
Well, the pitch is in good state. The pitch itself is very okay. It's a standard pitch in terms of size and even the grass. Everything is okay. But for Division 1, you need inner perimeter, which they don't have yet. You also need dressing rooms for both the home and away teams. You need some washroom facilities. You also need to do at least a VIP stand to allow guests that will come to have a place to sit and all that. So all that will involve some expenses. We need to invest in it. This morning, the management of the team will be at the Joseph Park with some technical people just to explore what we can do to the Joseph Park to make it ready for Division 1. But we have a medium to long-term plan of constructing our own stadium. But that cannot be ready for our first season in Division 1. So for now, we'll use the Joseph Park. But before, very soon, Moro, we'll break grounds for our own sports complex that the team can use. And so these are the preparations that we're making towards Division 1.
It must be expensive to run a club, eh?
Very, but Moro, by God's grace, we got support from a number of people. Moro, when we were preparing for Sub-Middle League, the management brought us a budget of about 165,000 Ghana cedis. And I was just wondering how we're going to raise the money. Then a constituent heard about us, came and said, look, I love football. I am getting older. I've been a businessman, supported many people in the past, and I still do. I want to see a Division 1 team in Ketu North. So he wrote a check, 165,000 Ghana cedis, took care of the entire thing. His name is Seth Jameshi Takpa. We call it very popular in our constituency. And so it tells you that this project is beyond Edem Agbana. It is not something that I take personal glory for. The community, the people. But on Sunday, I thought that we should allow the fans that came from Ketu North to enter the stadium free of charge. So we pay the gate fee for them. They refused. They said, look, keep your money and use it to support the players.
Right.
We will pay. And so it tells you that the people themselves, they own the project. And some other people have supported us on this journey. The likes of Emmanuel Ajiman-Bedu. And in fact, Lai Kingston and Ajiman-Bedu, they were the first people that did the scouting games for us.
Okay.
And they were brought on board by my very good friend and brother, Coleman, of Wembley Sports. And so the likes of Coleman, the likes of Ajiman-Bedu, Lai Kingston, they have all been very, very supportive in this journey. And I'm very happy that we made them proud. And so I want to use the opportunity to thank everybody who has supported us and those who have the intention of supporting us. Cap Farm, we got a very huge package from my friend, the CEO of Cap Farm, for the playing body. I don't know if I have his permission to mention, but I will mention it anyway. I'm sorry if he doesn't like it. But Moro, for qualifying for Division 1, we got a huge package of 20 55 inches television. 55 inches television sets from Cap Farm as a donation to the players. To the playing body. 55 inches more. And the players were excited. And more, when you look at my team, some of these boys a few years ago had no hope of moving beyond their immediate communities to play football. They knew they had a talent. All they wanted was the opportunity. And some of these players were scouted by Ajiman-Bedu and Lai Kingston in our very first scouting game that we played in 2023. And the boys have transformed to become regional champions. We've won 2 trophies. Bro, we've done some amazing work with this team, and I'm very, very proud of them. You can see me there. I'm very passionate when it comes to football, and when I'm cheering with the boys, sometimes I forget that I'm the member of parliament, you know. So, Moro, that is the story of Mukunu Sports Academy, and we are really, really grateful to everybody who has supported us on this journey.
I see. In fact, someone has just hinted me that the name of your coach is Chibu is a Christian.
A.K. Mourinho.
A.K. Mourinho?
Yes.
You mean he's Ghana's answer to Jose Mourinho?
Excellent coach. Should I give you his stats? Bro,
he was a very good.
21 games.
He's not even
18 wins, 1 draw.
Wow.
And just 2 defeats.
Maybe the other teams are weak.
No. We met tougher teams.
We met tougher teams.
Very, very tough teams. More resource teams.
So it's more to do with the strength of your team.
The strength, the mentality. And by God's grace. There's something about this team. When you see the team praying, their prayer sessions, you will just love it. And for me,
they're very spiritual. Right?
Yes, my story. And sometimes, when we started the Middle League, we were playing the ARS anthem.
Yeah.
Anytime we're going to, play, and people were wondering. Some people even criticized us that the anthem belonged to a church, and I said, well, I belong to the church. And many of the players, my head of technical, they are members of the church. The community Tajebu, where the team is, that is where the church is headquartered. And it's a song that we believe, it's an anthem that we believe, spiritually, it empowers us. And so there was nothing wrong from our perspective in using it. But this team, we have a prayer team, and the boys themselves, when they are praying, Bro, my life is a story, it's a testament to God's grace. And
that's your coach?
That's my coach.
Oh,
very good coach, very young man, very excellent coach.
Okay.
And we are proud of what he and the entire technical team has done. His assistant, Gozaro, has been with the team from day one, since Division 3. The head of technical, Kinnock, my CEO, Marshall, my PRO, Loso, the likes of Obed, Sparrow. Look, the team, young boys, all of them from the community are in charge of this project. And I'm very, very, very proud of what they've been able to achieve. The glory belongs to them. As for me, people are just crediting me because I am the owner of the club. But Muro, the kind of work these guys have done to bring the club to this level, I wonder where we would have been without them. And so I dedicate the victory to the people of Ketino, to my management team, and to everyone. Yes, that's the club, right there.
So what license is this coach using? Which is the license, what D, C, what license is he
now
using?
He has a license B.
Okay.
And when he joined us, we still support him to
upgrade,
to upgrade,
okay.
and he's still moving forward. One day I would love to see him coach one of the national teams.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you talked about the fact that, and then that's my final question to be fair to the FIMP, that's Honorable Isaac. You said your team is actually the youngest.
Yes.
In your division.
Yes.
So that's on average. So we're looking at, your youngest player will how old?
Okay, so it's I have a 15-year-old.
15-year-old.
Wonder kid in my team, Koti. I discovered him. He's from Georgia. His father is actually one of my branch executives. We discovered him during inter-schools, SHS inter-school games.
Okay.
He played for the Joseph team. Very, very excellent player. His teammates actually call him the Pedri of Ghana's football. Very young, that young guy. Very, very young, and many other younger players.
Yeah.
Then along the journey, we brought in a few, a bit of experienced players, the likes of our captain Maunyo. He had played for Akachi All Stars before.
Okay.
But when the team got relegated and all of that, he decided not to even do football any longer. But somehow we brought him on board. The player of the tournament from our side, Junior Samba, excellent player by all standards.
How old is
excellent playmaker. Junior, not too sure, but Junior should be about 20 years.
Okay. So
excellent,
that's
very
the
young boy. Yeah, so our oldest player should be about 23 or 24.
23, okay.
Yeah, 23. But many of my boys are below the age of 20. Many.
And you can actually verify that they're 15 and they're 23.
It can be verified, Moro.
Yeah, because you know
Moro,
this is Ghana.
we as a club, we are very professional. So it can be verified from some of them, their school records and all of that. Because I know that because we want to invest in the boys and get them to go and play top teams in Europe and all those other places, we pay attention to those things. And so no cheating or what have you. Yeah. So the boys are just good.
Yeah, so that a 30-year-old man doesn't appear in front of you and say, I'm 20, you know, because look, there was a time, must have been 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was in Anakwe Kwajima, the sports, you know, the UEFA license B coach. I was with him at the mosque, and some young guy approached him and said, Nana Jima should help him to find a team and blah, blah. And Nana Jima called him to some small corner and said, please tell me and be honest, how old are you? And the guy said, well, he says, I'm 25, but I'm 18. I don't know what that means. He's 25, but he's 18.
You know.
All right, so watching Good Morning Ghana television. Please stay with us. I don't know what that means.
Through every stage of life, some things simply stay with us. The spirit of never giving up. A throwback to a bygone era when love was service. A silent statement of love. A thoughtful gesture that deepens bonds, balancing work and life. Every drop refreshes, every sip hydrates, just as it should. I am awake, one for life. Drink water, drink awake. Supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kelkit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. It makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kelkits, happy smile.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson, Asamo.
Me didn't tum. Mr. Femi Kalika just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Femi once now.
Hey, that's you. Improve car. Yeah. Captain was key to double the action.
Me did this sasso spray. Mr. Femi sasso quell. Yeah, go to my sasso.
Come on, Tom Preko.
This Easter, Estate Masters Limited is giving you more reasons to celebrate in our extended Easter promo. Secure your dreamland at Nest Cottage, Chapoli with a massive 15% discount. Or choose Palm Hills, Gomwa Pamfukrom, also at 15% discount. And for lovers of the coast, Coastal Park, Ningo Prampram awaits you at 10% discount. Plus, enjoy free site visits and free documentation because we make land ownership simple. This Easter, don't just celebrate, invest in your future. Estate Masters Limited, your most preferred estate partner.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Aldo Moore and I'm here with Eric Edemagbana, who is MP for Ketu North and also a sports enthusiast, owner of Nukunu FC Academy. He's just been telling us their success story. They've moved from Division 2, right, to Division 1. And hopefully if they're able to, inshallah, qualify to the Premiership, they will be the talk of town. And that would be historic, huh? It would be historic. Started small, but it's turning out to be something very massive. And also here with us is Isaac Buamanyako, who is MP for the Efia constituency. He's a lawyer and also an accountant. He's a finance person as well. Yeah. That's why it doesn't matter which conversation you have, you would have something very substantial, something substantive to talk about, or of substance to talk about. So, Honorable, Eric, I know it's not just a colleague MP, but the two of you are good friends. Would you want to bask in this glory as well?
Yes.
It's a success story, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very impressive. Let me say good morning to our cherished viewers and to the good people of Efia and Western region. Let me say good morning to our incoming president, 2029, His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia. Wherever he is, I pray for God's blessing and good health as he continues to work hard and bring up innovative ideas to transform this country. More watching the episode of Nukunu FC and the work that Edem has done to bring them to this level, let me congratulate him. I'm a very lover of football. I love football. I've been involved in football from our school days. I used to play ball myself, and I followed football for a long while. Even when it comes to my constituency, one of the biggest interests of the youth is football.
Right.
And if you remember, over some years now, I've been organizing sporting activities and tournaments to identify talent and try to see how best we can use football as an avenue to create opportunities for the youth of Efia. And so I'm really motivated by what my brother has achieved so far with the Nukunu FC. The last time I brought FIFA scouts, FA scouts to Efia, that was last year, December, when I organized a sporting activity. At the time, Moro, if you remember, we brought the GFA scouts. McLaren was there, and some Premier League officials to come and identify some players, which they did, and they're trying to see how they can get them into various positions to play.
Right.
So that has been the beginning. There have been discussions in Efia currently. We have two very prominent teams, which is Base Paradise and then Team Move. And Base Paradise is managed by two young gentlemen in the constituency. Team Move is owned by Kofi Kenata. And every support, the last Major League that they just played, which Edem qualified, both teams participated in our regional division, Major League. I supported them with some financial assistance. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it to win the Middle League, to move to the Division 1. But it is my firm belief that come next football season, I should be able to support them enough to be able to qualify. That also speaks to the partnership we need to have with our stakeholders. So Edem has gotten the bold decision to own one and drive it. That is very good. On our part, it's a conversation that can also be made. Either you continue to support administrators of football to achieve that same goal. Or maybe from Adam's motivation, I may have to go look for a football club and sponsor at my own level and see how we can use it also as an avenue of supporting the youth in the constituency. So I want to congratulate Nukunu FC for making it to the Division 1 and to particularly congratulate my brother Adam for the commitment. It comes at you because even to me that is supporting them. The support comes in various ways. You support them with jerseys, you support them with food and water, you support them financially for their travels. Then in the Western region, we still have challenges with Sekendi 11 Wise and Hazakes. So every now and then you need to go back and support these traditional teams as well. And so for you to take up a football club, run it, manage it over that space of time, I believe it's very commendable. We take inspiration from it. And I'm sure next year, if we should have this conversation, Ifeanyi should see one of the biggest Division 1 teams as well.
Inshallah, God willing. Maybe we should stay a bit more with sports, shouldn't we? Whether we like it or not, the Black Stars is what we have. I mean, there are all kinds of skepticism about whether we have a good squad going into the 2026 Football Mundial, Mexico, Canada, and America. A number of issues that have come up. We don't have all day, but would just do a casual look at the squad which was released yesterday by the Ghana Football Association. Queiroz is the Black Stars. Carlos Queiroz, or Queiroz. In fact, he said we should say Queiroz. Yes, he has, of course, in collaboration with the Ghana Football Association, you released a squad for the World Cup. Let's just do a quick look at that. I know you love football, and Adam loves football. That's the good thing about this morning's team or guest. So we're told that Coach Carlos Queiroz has confirmed his squad for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. He's done some detailed analysis, observations, and research on players eligible to represent the nation at this Summer's Mundial in Canada, Mexico, and the United States of America. You have Benjamin Asari, Lorenza Atizigi, and Joseph Anang, goalkeepers for the tournament. Please put up the names if you can, the production team, please. You also have Solomon Agbesi being added to the squad as an additional member. Your Cyprus-based defender Derek Lucasen also makes the list after coming in to replace Alexander Jiku, who is ruled out after picking up a hamstring injury that will keep him on the sidelines for at least 6 weeks. That's quite unfortunate, isn't it? There's Gideon Mensah, there's Baba Abdulrahman. He's back into the team. He was away for a very long time, but he's back. Thomas Partey is in there. Ali Duseidu is in there. Abdul Fattah Isako is in there. Kamaluddin Suleiman is in there. Antoine Semenyo, he's the informed striker that we have at the moment. Places like Didier Drogba. There's Inaki Williams. There's Captain Jordan Ayew. They will be making yet another FIFA World Cup appearance after making the final list. There's a place for World Cup debut for Jerome Opoku, Kojo Pompepra, Abdul Mumin, Benjamin Asari, Joseph Anna Nkwesi, Sibo, Augustine Boachi, Caleb Yirinchi, Christopher Bonsuba, and it's Niama Brandon, Thomas Asante, and Prince Kwabena Edu. Ghana will play against Wales in Cardiff on Tuesday, which is today, June 2, 2026, before flying out to Washington to continue preparations for the World Cup that kicks off on June 11, 2026. The Black Stars will open their campaign against Panama on June 17 before facing England and Croatia in their group matches. The goalkeepers have looked at all of that already. So, please, production, please put it up. Let's look. Let my guests have a look at the list of the players that we have. Anyway, so, but gentlemen, I mean, first of all, I think this is one of the first times that I'm reading list of players. I hardly know most of them. Except a few like Baba Rahman, Kudus, and Semenyo. Majority are entirely new, and for some reason Ghanaians are not confident about these Black Stars at all. They've checked out. I mean, as far as they're concerned, they're going to play 3 games and come back home. They have no home at all. They have no hope at all. No optimism. It's quite unfortunate, isn't it? I mean, first of all, let me start with you, Adam. What do you make of which of the players do you know?
Well, I think that when I watched the list this morning, I had some concerns about 4 or 5 concerns. However, I'm always of the view that when you hire a coach and you sign a contract with the coach and the technical team have the responsibility of selecting players they believe will deliver for the nation or for their team. At our own level, even as a club owner, there are sometimes I disagree with the selection by my coach. But I try as much as possible not to interfere, because only the coach knows which formation he wants to play, his style of play, the kind of players he needs in his team. My only hope is that the coach was not influenced by anyone, as some people are seeking to suggest. But let me now tell you what my concerns are with the team.
Okay.
My first concern is the fact that continuously, we have weakened our local league, the Ghana Premier League, by the way we select players into the national team. I look at this whole list, and I may be wrong, but apart from Benjamin Asare in this league, in this list, I cannot identify any other local player or player in Ghana's Premier League. This list simply tells you that you do not have a good league, and it's something we have to work on, because with Benjamin Asare out as a goalkeeper, we could not find any defender in the Premier League. We could not find any midfielder or striker to make up this list. This is a 26-member team, and even a number of them will warm the bench. Some may not even make it to the match day squad for the entire period in the World Cup. And yet, we could not find 1 or 2 local players. And that is of concern to me, because Moro, if you had a local player, there is an amount of money that FIFA pays to the clubs of the players that are being represented in the league.
Okay.
I'm told that on a daily basis, a certain amount of money. So for as long as the player remains in the competition, the team gets to benefit. And so I was thinking that if we had some more Premier League or Ghanaian players, some of the Ghanaian clubs would have benefited from that as well. But like I said, I'm not seeking to interfere with the work of the coach. But I have concerns with the fact that we have only 1 local player in the squad. My second concern is the fact that I said this year the last time I came when we were discussing football. There is no consistency in our national team. No consistency. Moro, anytime the other countries are about to announce their national teams, it is possible for you to predict at least 20 players that you are so sure could make it to the list. Now, take the list of France, Germany, and Spain and all the other countries. 2 years back, take their list. 4 years back, take their list. You will see that there is some level of consistency. Some players have been there and they are still there. But for us as a country, today, this player is called, the next game, another player is called, and for whatever reason, we appear somehow disorganized. Because for a team to remain compact and to play together, you need to be consistent over a certain period. So when you have a coach that has less than 3 months to prepare your team towards the World Cup, I was expecting, with my little knowledge in football, that we should have been a bit more consistent in the player selection, so that players who have played together for a while will have. So that is my second concern with this particular squad. The fact that it appears we are not too consistent, and every time the Black Stars, even for major competition, we keep inviting one player after the other. We drop one, we pick the other. The third concern, which again links to my first concern about not having local players, is the fact that some of these players that you have, they are only here because they are playing in Europe or playing outside the country. Meanwhile, some of them are not active players in their teams. Some of them are bench warmers. Some of them played for relegated teams that are not performing. Even those teams, they could not make it to the the top squad. And so I am wondering that, look, do we want a third division player from Europe as compared to, let's say, a Premier League player that we have here in Ghana? I cannot seem to understand. And when I compare this squad to the 2006 squad, 2010 squad, way ahead of time, we could predict key players in our national team, and we could vouch for them and their ability to play and lift high the flag of this country. That is missing in this particular team for me. My fourth concern with the team has to do with the fact that the DIU was dropped. And I will tell you this, as a country, we have not learned how to honor our players, our national heroes. There are some players like Asamoah Gyan. How we retired Asamoah Gyan, for me, was a no-no. And I'm happy Kurt Okraku, the GFA president, has been able to honor him by giving him this ambassadorial role for the national teams. But if you have a legend like Asamoah Gyan, giving his all for the Black Stars, he still remains your top scorer. Even if you wanted to strip the captainship away from him or retire him from the national team, let him play his last or final competitive game, give him a standing ovation, and let it be announced that this is his last time playing the national team. Not that the player does not get a call-up, like how we've done it, we've treated some of these players. And I feel that same has been done to Dede. Even if the coach does not find Dede worthy of being in this squad, like I said, there are many players who will be warming the bench at the World Cup throughout the season. Get him in, even if it was a friendly match, and announce to the people that this is Dede's last national assignment, and give him that honor. Because when people play their heart out for the national team, we must find a way of honoring them. And so, even if it doesn't fit into the coach's style or form of play, we should have honored him by getting him into a competitive game and officially announcing that that was his last match for. But the way we just leave players like that out of our selection, and I've looked at this squad, and I can tell you that there are many players here that I believe, in my personal view, the DIU plays far better football than. I mean, that means it's about that. But this is the squad that we have. Moro, the last concern I have with the list is the fact that I think it was also announced a bit too late. Because a few weeks ago, yes, some countries are still announcing their list, but those countries, like I said, they have been consistent. Everybody, if you give me pen, I can predict the list for Argentina. I can predict the list for Portugal, Brazil, and those other countries. But in our case, where the players were not even too sure, I think that it was a bit too late. Because last week, for example, it was all over the media that at training, Solomon Agbasi was performing exceptionally well as a goalkeeper. But the list is out and he's not there. As to why he's not part, we cannot tell. Was he injured? And we saw videos. It's not just about media reporting. Videos of him making some fantastic saves at training. And people who watched told us that indeed at training he was doing extremely well. So when you release the list at this time, I think that it was a bit late. But I have always said, and I'll continue to say, that I remain the #1 supporter or fan of the Black Stars. No matter how ugly it looks, I will always be in my red, gold, green, with the Black Star in front, supporting the Black Stars. And I wish them well. I have confidence that the spirit behind the team will propel Ghana to at least the knockout stages. I am not one of those who believe that or who think the team will not do well. The coaches have a major role to play. The national team belongs to all of us. And we may disagree with the selection, but we need to support them to deliver.
Yeah.
It is not going to be glory for Kurtz. And like I said, it is the coach that made a selection. And so I've heard people blaming the GFA president and what have you. When we do that, right from the beginning, you are, setting the stage for the team to fail.
Right.
GFA president does not select players, but from what I know. So let's give the coach the support that he needs. Let's support the team to deliver. Moro, I pray and I believe that Ghana will do very well at the World Cup.
All right. Honorable.
Yes, Moro. So it's a mixed feeling, particularly from the angle where Ghana, known for its football pedigree in Africa, today will be going into World Cup, and the kind of encouragement or the kind of belief that ordinarily people have in the Black Stars is not the same as it used to be. You talked about the selection and whether you could even identify key players that we could bounce our hopes on. Those days when Black Stars from 1990s, when I started following it actively from Senegal 92, when we had the likes of Kwesi Appiah, Stanley Abora, Frimpong Manson, when you arrange the Black Stars from goalkeeper, you know who is consistent at #2, #3, all the way to your striking, Tony Yeboah, Abedi Pele, and there you go. And you go into a game and you know that the Black Stars.
Let's start Ediansa.
Hey, Charlie, solid for the back. So you knew that, Charlie, this game Black Stars are going. It's a win.
Yeah.
And when we're playing other African teams, it's only when you get to the Nigeria level or Algeria that you are meeting competition.
Or
you play
or Cameroon.
Cameroon, yeah. But then if you play Comoros, those days Comoros didn't exist in terms of football. If you play Kenya or Sierra Leone and all of that, you knew it was a 6-0, 5-0 difference. But why have we sunk so? In fact, qualifying for the World Cup itself was even surprising, because if you look at where we started, we were losing our games. There was no hope. We had lost the African Cup qualification, and then Utuadu came in, and we got some bounce back with Mali when we won in Bamako and all. So the team picked up its form for us to qualify. Now the change between sacking Utuado and bringing in a new coach was another big decision they had to make. Till now, I've really not convinced myself whether the timing of sacking Utuado was right. But of course, we are football administrators and managers, and they should take responsibility for those decisions.
Yeah.
And then we have the curiosity, because you can't have a coach brought in like this coach who has very little idea, I believe, about them. Because even those of us who live with this place, we don't even know them enough. If you check the squad, from goalkeeper, Atizigi had been imposed at least for a while now as our goalkeeper. You take the defense, Baba Rahman in and out, Gideon Mensah has been doing a bit well, but from Marvin Sananya, Ali Dusedu, Jerome Upoku, Kojo Opon Nkrumah. For once, I even was confused whether it is my colleague Kojo Opon Nkrumah in Parliament. So then you come to the midfield, you have Thomas Partey, we know, and all of that. But this is the squad Kamal Abdin in and out. And Adam laid some concerns as to how we have treated football as a country. And the way manner we've treated football is why we are not getting the consistency. Because we don't invest in local football. We don't even believe in the local talents that we have. Because you cannot have this selection and tell me that you can only get one quality local player to join the squad of 28. It doesn't add up. So are we saying that for playing the entire season of the Premiership, all these players that we have listed, Christopher Bonsuba, Brandon Thomas Asante, which teams are they playing? Because you watch Premiership, you watch La Liga, you watch French League and all of that. And as I said, these are players, of course, they are scattered in various parts of the globe, playing maybe a Division 1, a Division 2, or a Division 3. And we deem them as qualified enough to come and play for the Black Stars. And where we bring them even from, they don't have that commitment or that passion for the team, because they were not ingrown. Because those days when you settle on your Black Stars squad, actually these are people that have played at the local level, moved on to play out there. It's a pride for you to even be called into the national team to come and play football, wear the national colors. But if you check the way we've treated football now, it's more of a business. People are just called in because we want to identify Ghanaians sitting or playing football elsewhere. They have no commitment to the country. They come and play, they will not kill themselves. And when you have these things, then it becomes a challenge. And so, again, the squad has been named. They are all Ghanaians. That is why they are going to play for us. We have no choice than to support them and to pray that they have a very good tournament. The likes of Semenyo, I'm happy with the performance of Semenyo as at now. And in fact, that is where our engine lies, because he is playing at the highest level. If you check on all the players, Semenyo is our most senior player. We used to have Partey, but now Semenyo has taken over that lead role in terms of our international players. And if you balance him with Jordan Ayew with experience, you have Thomas Partey there to also come in and support. On a good day, Fatawu Isahaku and Kamaldeen Sulemana are good players to support the team. And so I hope and pray that they will have their good day. My challenge, the defense. Because in the World Cup, it's no joke. The strikers that you are going to meet in our defense, I really pray and hope that they will stay to instructions. Gideon Mensah at least have played consistently for a while for the Black Stars. Baba Rahman is growing, but he's doing well. But with the message of Jiku, it's a big one for me, you know, due to injury. I believe that if he was there, he was going to bring an additional presence that gives us some level of comfort and stability, because he has played in all of these top games on behalf of the team. And so we can only wait. But the goalkeepers too, Tizigi and then Joseph Anand and Benjamin Asari. You remember, since we lost our goalkeepers in 2006-2010, we've not really had a very good, consistent goalkeeper for the Black Stars. In fact, the goalkeepers give us more heartaches than any other player on the group, because a small cross and actually the ball is flying over their head and it's giving us a lot of worry. I'm praying that the goalkeepers trainer this time will give them that level of confidence, because at the back end as a goalkeeper, all you need is confidence. Confidence to step out and punch a ball, confidence to attack a player when he's coming on you, and so on and so forth. I want to trust and pray that at this highest level, the goalkeepers will be signed. Because those days when we had, what's the name of our last goalkeeper?
Was it Fatau Dauda?
No, not him. Before Fatau Dauda.
Richard Kingston.
Olele, you know. At least from Olele, when Olele was there, you could see that at least he had come of age. And so we hope that this is done well. And we wish them the very best.
So here's the thing. You know, this is just the first part of our conversation on the Black Stars and the World Cup, because from today to the end of the tournament, the last 15 minutes of the Good Morning Ghana, we're going to dedicate it to the World Cup.
Right.
So
Right.
our sports team will be joining us from time to time to give us an update on what's happening in the camp of the Black Stars and so on, and what we need to know. And we've just kick-started this as a way of warming our viewers up to the 9:45 conversation. Today, Michael Odro, my very good friend and brother, will be joining us. He has some scoop for us. But we also need to let you know that this is the home of the sports when it comes, especially when it comes, not just sports, but, you know, especially when it comes to the World Cup. You know, IMG is the place to be because we have a very powerful squad that would walk you through all that you need to know, the views, the news, the analysis, and the big boys and girls who they'll be speaking to. So at 8:45, Michael will be joining us because I wanted us to look at more the governance side of things, which has to do with the president's decision not to airlift in mass Ghanaians to the three countries to watch the game. And I use in mass because I'm told there are some pockets of groups who will be sponsored by private organizations to go and watch it. But the government says he won't do that because apparently it's going to cost us $11,000 to airlift one person to the tournament. The government says we can't be saying in one breath that we're trying to be fiscally disciplined. We don't want to just spend anyhow. In the next minutes, Ghanaians see us that we're taking hundreds or thousands of people to the World Cup. So when Michael joins us, fortunately, the three of you will be here so that we can have a conversation about that.
So we should wait for them to come before we have that conversation.
Don't worry. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. And then, of course, the 100,000 appearance fee, it's also become a big issue. So the fact that you've been chosen as a Black Stars player, you appear the 100,000. They come. There's all kinds of comparisons about what other teams are collecting. I don't have the evidence, so I don't want to place it. But the whole idea is that others are taking, more advanced countries who have more resources, are taking far less, are giving their players far less. We don't have. We're poor. We're giving 100,000. I don't know how factual that is, but I'm sure when Michael comes, he can share some numbers with us, some data in terms of what other countries are being giving us the appearance fee. So we're moving our chartered flights from Mexico, Canada to America, and Canada. We're going to go into the UK. That's England. Our president is there. He's been very busy. You look at the newspapers today, all of them are reporting about what the president's been saying. Apparently there's some 250 million pounds UK deals which have been signed so far, and it's been captured in today's Daily Graphic. Let me look at that briefly. I would want us to look at that briefly, and then we can move to some other issues. Now it's on page 16. Yes, so here we go. We're told by today's Daily Graphic that Ghana's economic reset agenda secured an emphatic vote of confidence on the global stage yesterday when let me look at this. Great. When President John Dramani Mahama's visit to the United Kingdom triggered a £250 million freshly brokered business deal and infrastructure investments on the sidelines of the Ghana-UK Investment Summit in England or London. The agreement signed during President John Dramani Mahama's official visit to the UK sets out a framework for cooperation between the two countries from 2026 to 2028. It will leverage the private sector investment power backed by the two governments to deepen growth, expand trade, and bolster industrial development and skills training. The commitments range from critical infrastructure projects backed by the UK Private Infrastructure Group to new private capital mobilized directly through the London Stock Exchange. The £250 million Ghana-UK Growth Partnership Agreement, under which the deals and investments will be implemented, is aimed at increasing trade diversification and infrastructure development. It was signed at the beginning of the summit. The summit, organized by Ghana's High Commission to the UK, Invest Africa, and the UK Ghana Chamber of Commerce, brought together investors from financial institutions, equity investors, mutual funds, insurance, real estate, and tourism sectors from the UK, Kenya, Rwanda, Ethiopia, and Nigeria. The three-day summit was designed to chart a new economic course for the nation while cementing its position as a premier investment destination in West Africa. It also serves as a platform to present Ghana's updated economic direction, highlighting the strategic reforms, priority sectors, and modern investment frameworks that define its next chapter. Now, you'll notice that the president, of course, the finance minister is there, the president is there, the central bank governor is there, and he's been touting the economic achievement, the fact that things are stable, Ghana is on the right trajectory, etc., etc. Would you say that these kinds of resources that are coming to us is also a vote of confidence in Ghana's economy? Maybe let's start with that. Madam, why should we be excited about these monies that are coming in?
Yes. So, Moro,
first of all, what's the importance? Help us to appreciate the importance of this UK Investment Summit and some of the goodies that have so far been associated with it.
Yeah, so Moro, I want to commend our High Commission in the UK for how they have handled the president's visit so far. I have monitored some of the engagements, even the town hall meeting with Ghanaians in the diaspora and all of that. Bro, the world is a global village, as we all say. And development anywhere in the world today thrives on partnerships. It's important to build that partnership. It's important to build that relationship. And when you have the first gentleman of the land, the president of the nation, leading some key cabinet ministers for this kind of investment engagement, it simply tells you the direction of the government. It means government is open to do business. The investment coming in, the money is coming in, indeed, like you said, is a vote of confidence in the Ghanaian economy and ability of the economy to grow even more. The potentials are there. Well, we have moved beyond asking for aid, asking for support for projects, to inviting investment, because it is a proven fact that for a developing country like ours, for a middle income country like ours, our economy can only thrive when we get many more investments into the economy, not direct aid or support. Many economists have written extensively about how aid has failed Africa and aid will continue to fail Africa. So while you leverage on aid and the support that comes in from the international community, investment is actually the way to go. Why do we need Ghana-UK Investment Summit? It is necessary because the country is ready to do business. But for the investor, there are some key indicators that they look out for. Issues of even security, issues of political stability, the economic indicators, how well is the economy performing, and many of these issues. But when you have all this data about the economy and the potential of the economy, it is now in our interest to go out there and sell it, to invite the investors. And I think that President Mahama does extremely well when it comes to selling Ghana to the world and getting the right kind of investment into this country. Moro, much more than ever, we also need to position the business environment such that when people come here to do business, they are sure that they will be able to make their returns, not by exploiting the Ghanaian people, but by taking advantage of the incentives that the system provides. And so, over the years, Ghana has put in place various structures to support investment, various structures to invite investment into our country so that we can make, we can support the economy to grow. So, Moro, I think that President Mahama is doing very well in the UK, and all the other high commissions and the embassies should learn something from what is happening in UK, so that in their countries, when the president is on a visit, it does not become just ceremonial visits. It does not just become visits where, the state will spend so much airlifting government officials and we are not getting anything out of these visits. But we need to tap into the economies. I recall not too long ago, I traveled to Japan with the Minister for Education. And in our engagements with our ambassador there, she mentioned it clearly that there are many firms, there are many individuals who are willing to come and invest in Ghana.
Right.
But sometimes all they need is for government to come up with a strategy, with a comprehensive plan, saying that when you invest in Ghana, this is what you are likely to make. These are the ways by which we can support you. And that is what we need to let us strengthen the trade capacities of our various embassies and high commissions so that we can attract investment into this country, expand the economy, and solve the challenge of unemployment, which for me remains the biggest threat to our national security. So, Moro, once again, I want to commend President Mahama and the team for the fantastic job that they are doing in the UK. And I know after this visit, we'll get much more investment into our country, expand our economy, solve the problem of unemployment, and industrialize, which indeed is the way to go.
Okay. Honorable.
Moro. Okay. So the president is in the UK.
Yes.
What was his core reason? He went to open the Ghana UK Investment Summit.
Yes.
Why would he be going for an investment summit? Because he believes that Ghana in its state now requires quite some level of investment from the stakeholders outside. And Adam's submission in terms of how prepared are we to receive investments. You look at how the GIPC itself, our Investment Promotion Authority, GIPA, is situated in promoting Ghana as a business investment hub, in making sure that Ghana becomes more attractive. You're looking at the laws that we have on investment and how they remain attractive. And you can see from where I sit, from 2025, when the NDC came to power, that the drive that used to be at GIPC during Dankwa Akufo-Addo's time, where a lot of travels were made, programs that were held to brand Ghana and let Ghana become an investment hub, is not the way and manner I have seen in the current administration. So there's a deficit in terms of promoting Ghana as an investment center and an investment destination of choice. Moro, if you take our oil and gas industry, it is dying. We don't have investments coming in. We started with about 120,000 barrels of oil a day from the Jubilee partners. As we speak today, we are on a decline in our oil sector.
That's a fact.
Okay, and we are not creating opportunities for more investment in the oil. In fact, per some documents I read, by 2035, if we are not careful, we will be heading towards a disaster. Our oil and gas industry will die by 2040. And you don't see a lot of commitment, a lot of drive in making sure that we become competitive in ensuring investment into our oil and gas sector. So when the president travels and comes and signs a deal with 260 billion, that is peanut. The investments we need in this country, we are talking about billions of dollars in various sectors of our economy. And so I believe it is good for the president to travel and open these summits, but they are not doing enough to bring in the level of investment that you want to see. Check all the sectors. I mentioned the oil and gas. He talked about education. If you go to Japan as a Minister of Education with your team, and the investors are now telling you that they need direction as to the strategic plans of that sector where they can come in and invest, then it is a problem. Because by the time you leave, you go to that destination, there should have been clearly some level of strategy, some level of available areas of investment that you want to attract these people to come and invest in this country. And so I believe a lot more has to be done. The government should set up. The government should be up and doing. You know, you talk about the macroeconomic indicators. It is correct. We see inflation go down, isn't it? We see interest rates go down. But how has it translated into investment? How has it translated in creating a lot more investment in our agricultural sector, in our manufacturing sector, in our service sector? How has it improved on our unemployment situation, creating more employment and opportunities for the youth? This is how you measure it. So it is getting late for this government. The youth of this country have issues in terms of employment opportunities. And I believe that such summit, though welcome, such talking forum, though welcome, is not enough. We need to see the practicality of JIPE doing a lot more to bring in more foreign direct investment. And we need to also see government translating the macroeconomic indices into a proper employment creation for the people of Ghana.
All right. Adam, I want us to look at this. You know, there's a very popular saying that near Oya de pano any piano. And
your fruit the apano.
And your fruit the apano ni piano.
Probably to be so enjoy the apano.
You know, I in fact we hadn't actually planned to talk about this, but you know, TOR has been a major headache, government after government. I'm talking about the Tamayo refinery. It's been a major headache. I recall when the former ambassador to the High Commissioner, the foreign ambassador to the UK, what's the name? Isaac Osei, the former Subin MP, was sent there to deployed there to as board chair. And the concerns he raised about the states at which TOR found itself and the difficulty, you know, that management was facing in turning around TOR. And now you see a situation where the new management is now delivering some positive results. Let's just touch on this for the next 10-15 minutes, and then we can move to the LGBTQ and matters arising. Now, we're told by Mike Dokusi's Daily Post today, if you look at the story, and we're told that TOR to refine Ghanaian crude oil from June 2026, President Mahama. Now, we're also told that SIGA commends TOR for historic financial turnaround, submission of 6 years of audited accounts. You know, there were even moments where there was a conversation about actually divesting TOR, because it is a cut to we put money in the thing every day. Oh, wahala. And to think that today a different story has been told is something worth highlighting, and that's why I want us to deal with this for the next 10-15 minutes before we take a break. So the story is right here, and I'm going to look at that before. Okay, so I rather want to start with SIGA's letter commendation to TOR. Yes. We're told that the state interest and the governance authority, SIGA, has lauded the board, management and staff of Temawe Refinery for successfully completing and submitting 6 years of outstanding audited financial statements, describing the achievement as a major milestone in the refinery's governance, compliance and accountability efforts. In a press statement, SIGA noted that TOR submitted audited financial statements covering the years 2019 to 2025, ending a prolonged period during which the refinery had failed to produce audited accounts. The authority described the development as a significant step towards restoring confidence in the state-owned enterprise. According to the audited accounts presented to SIGA, TOR recorded a historic profit before tax of 1.24 billion cedis in 2025, marking the refinery's first profit in a decade and signaling a strong institutional recovery. SIGA highlighted several key achievements recorded by TOR in 2025, including strong revenue growth, which represents the refinery's best financial performance since 2019. The authority also cited a foreign exchange gain of 1.3 billion cedis resulting from prudent financial and foreign exchange management strategies. Other notable achievements included an increase in associate profit share to 155 million cedis, a reduction in trade and other payables from 7.1 billion cedis in 2024 to 5 billion cedis in 2025, and significant improvement in receivables management, with receivables days declining from 1,099 days to 652 days. SIGA further notes a decline in TOR's overall debt levels between 2024 and 2025, alongside the successful completion of turnaround maintenance activities and the refining of approximately 600,000 barrels of crude oil. These developments, authorities said, to demonstrate renewed operational capacity and technical resilience at the refinery. The authority attributed the turnaround to deliberate strategic leadership, strengthened corporate governance practices, operational reforms, and the dedication of TOR's board, management, and staff. Okay. And then we're told by His Excellency the President that the TOR is going to refine Ghanaian crude oil from June 2026. Now, President John Dramani Mahama has announced that the Temawa refinery will begin processing Ghanaian crude oil in June 2026 as part of efforts to increase local value at the value addition, reduce the country's dependence on imported refined petroleum products. He said a shipment of crude oil from Ghana's offshore fields would be delivered to TOR in June for processing, describing the move as a return to an initiative introduced during his previous administration. Speaking at a Diaspora Town Hall meeting in London on Sunday, May 31, 2026, President Mahama said Ghana needed to derive greater benefit from its natural resources by processing them locally. We're just about to make history again. We did it in my first term, but after we left office, it didn't continue. We're about to start to refine our own crude. In June, we are delivering a parcel of Ghanaian crude from our own fields to the Temawa refinery to process. According to him, Ghana continues to export raw materials such as gold, bauxite, and manganese for processing abroad, only to import finished products at a higher cost. We process manganese, bauxite, gold, and everything, and then we ship them out to be processed by somebody else. In that processing, we're creating jobs in the other person's economy, and then the products for which we sent the ores abroad are made into finished products, and those finished products are exported back to us. President Mahama said his administration inherited an energy debt estimated at $1.5 billion. It is when he assumed office. He said $500 million World Bank partial risk guarantee covering payments to Italian energy company ENI and its partners for gas supply from Sanko Field had been depleted before his government took office. Adam, what thou sayest about the TOR's turnaround story?
Moro, before I delve into the statement from SIGA, let me say that because I know Edmond Combat personally, and I know his deputy, Mustafa, I can speak to this issue first from a personal perspective. Edmond Combat handed over to me as SRC president of the University of Ghana.
Right.
And so he was my predecessor, or I am his successor. And these debates about whether leaders are born or leaders are made, I think Combat settles it, because I believe he's both born and made. He has demonstrated that in every capacity before even entering public life. When he decided to start his own enterprise, the Oyster Agric company, he won many grants, and he turned simple agribusiness ideas into multi-million-dollar business, employed several others and all of that.
Combat?
Yes.
Oyster, I see, he's to farming.
Oyster agribusiness, yes. You may want to find out that.
Okay.
That's what he was managing until before he was appointed. I think now his wife, who is also a lawyer, both of them are lawyers, is the one handling that. The point is that in just 1 year after his appointment as MD for TOR, Edmond Combat has demonstrated why President Mahama couldn't have found a better person for that job. Because personally, when he was appointed, initially I've always had confidence. And so in my congratulatory message, I said that I believe that Combat will turn TOR around. But I must confess this morning that I didn't know the turnaround would come this quick, because we all know the challenges that he inherited. TOR was in complete mess. In fact, TOR was just in existence on the books. It was a place that had collapsed, a place that even the previous government told us that the only way out was to privatize it or was to sell it off. This is a place that since 2019, They could not even audit or present audited accounts. You are an accountant, and you agree with me that for a business, for a state-owned enterprise, with such huge infrastructure capacity, with such huge investment, from 2019 to 2025, they could not even present audited accounts. It tells you that the place was just dead. And so what Combat has done is simply to revive a dead company. Let's just put it bluntly. He came to revive a dead company. And when we talk about the revival, it is not revival in words. He's speaking less, but the results are showing. For example, as we speak today, they are able to process, refine about 600,000 barrels of crude oil. That was never the case. And from Seag's own statement, this is a company that since 2019, they have been in arrears in terms of audit. But the gentleman has turned the place around. Audited accounts confirms that today Thor is making profit. Audited accounts confirm that today Thor is a viable company. Audited accounts confirm that Thor is on a progressive trajectory. And this is being done by a young man in his 30s. No. For me, I'm excited about this. It's not necessarily because I know him personally, but I'm excited because day in, day out, people question leadership of young people.
Yeah.
For some of us who are young, in fact, when I was campaigning, one of the major challenges I had was to respond to the issue of whether, as young as you are, can you do it? So when young people are given the opportunity and they are excelling, like what Combat is doing, like what Edwiji is doing, like what Sami Jemfi is doing, like what is happening at DVLA, Julius. And I must say this, that without any disrespect to the older folks who have gotten appointment in this government, I can say that most, if not all, our success stories are coming from the institutions that are being managed by young people. BOST is seeing a turnaround led by Afeti Awuno, Thor, Edmond Combat, and NPA Edwiji. I can say on authority that the energy sector today is in a far better position than it was when the NDC came into office. And I am proud of the turnaround at Thor. I'm proud that Edmond Combat is leading what I call transformation. But leadership is not just about occupying space and managing the status quo to remain relevant, but it's about transformation. It's about leaving a mark. So today, when we demand results, that since you came into office as MD for Thor, what have you done? He's able to tell us that he's processing or refining 600,000 barrels of crude oil. He's able to tell us that there is a reduction in trade and other payables from 7.1 billion in 2024 to 5 billion in 2025. He's able to tell us that there is growth of Thor's associate profit to about 155 million and many other things. And today, for the first time in so many years, we are seeing profit being declared by an institution or a company that was dead. I think that the management deserves commendation. Moro, before I conclude, you recall that I told you this before, that when I recall the difficult campaign that we ran in 2020 and 2024, the challenges that we went through to sell our vision and got Ghanaians to believe us and they voted for us. Some of us, when the CEOs are not doing well, will come on this platform and say it. I told you.
Right.
I don't fear anybody.
You call them out.
I will call them out. Because if we all of us keep quiet and we sink, we'll be sinking together. So those who are doing well as well, we ought to commend them. And I must say, Edmond Combat has shown exceptional leadership since his appointment as Tor MD. Recently, I took some of the CEOs on the issue of awards. I got many messages when I said they should stop sponsoring useless awards all over. You see big billboards and they say this is being sponsored by this state, SOE and all of that. I told them that is not part of the social contract that we have with the people of Ghana. And I am happy that that message was received well. The Deputy Chief of Staff, Nana Oye, reached out and told me that they were developing some regulations for CSR projects within the government institutions. And that for me is reassuring enough. The point is that Tor is doing very well and the results shows that we are doing well. Some of these issues is not issue of NDC or MPP because everyone, including my friends in the MPP, admits that Tor was dead. Tor had collapsed. But today, Edmond Combat and his team have been able to revive the company. I will urge them to keep on, especially with effective financial management of state-owned enterprises. Moro, Combat and Co must demonstrate that we do not need to privatize our state institutions to get them effective.
Right.
Leadership can turn things around like they are doing, and other CEOs must learn from them.
You know, how do you call it? We sit on this platform, and when state institutions are run aground, we sit here, we lampoon them, we take them on, we criticize them, we vilify them, etc. And if somebody is also doing a good job, same, we must highlight it and let the public know they're doing a good job. You kept mentioning Komba. Yes, he's the MD. He's the leader of the team. But of course, it's a team. It's teamwork. So
yeah,
I think it's important that we mention the likes of what's the name, Mustafa Abubakar. He's his deputy, direct deputy. So doing a fantastic job there. I mean, if you're a manager and your deputies are not supportive, you struggle, especially with the kind of political climate within which we find ourselves, where sometimes the appointments are not necessarily made based on what the MD wants or does not want. It's based on what the appointing authority thinks is good. And so if you are lucky to have a deputy who you gel with, you know, your relationship is great, it helps the MD quite a bit. You know, there are instances where the boss will probably complain to say the chief of staff that my deputy is giving me problems. The chief of staff, well, as far as I'm concerned, is doing a good job. And so you are stuck. You know, but I think the two of them form a very good team, Combat and Mustafa, and of course the PRO there, what's the name, Godwin Mba. I think it's Godwin.
Yes, Godwin.
He will call me from time to time and say, Charlie, thought we're doing something good. I say, you bring the data, bring the thing, let's see. No be mouth, no be talk matter. But anyway, so Godwin, I've seen it. I haven't heard from you in a while, but I've seen it. It's now a fact that you've turned Tor around, and so congrats to the team. Yes, Honorable.
Yes, Moro. I'm a firm believer of good corporate governance.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that our state institutions that are very strategic place to play in our socio-economic development ought to be protected. And one of such institutions is Tor. If you look at currently what is happening in the globe with the war between US, Iran, and Israel, and the pressure that it brings on our energy landscape, it tells you that if you don't develop your resource and then take control over some of these things, including refining your own oil, and you become dependent on global refineries, a day will come when these global shocks can cause a lot of destabilization into our economy. And it is for this good reason that Tor was established as an oil refinery. Even at that time, we had not even discovered oil, but we believe that if you import oil into your jurisdiction, you should have a refinery where you refine the oil and supply and store. Even that was where BOST came into the picture. Reading the commendation from SIGA to submit their audited account from 2019 all the way to 2025, you ask yourself over the past years, what were management doing? Because these are statutory functions. You are obliged as an institution to, at the end of the year, submit an audited account by the end of the first quarter of the year. And so how could they even be in existence for 5 years, 6 years, 4 years, and not produce an audited account?
Because when there are no consequences for dereliction of duty, people won't sit up.
That's what I'm coming to. So SIGA, as established then, ought to have ensured that state institutions submitted these accounts and then sanctioned those who don't. And so I'm very happy that the leadership of TOR have been able to clear that backlog. And importantly, the information that came out that they've recorded a profit before tax of 1.2 billion. That is also
is it 1.5?
1.24 billion profit before tax. It's also very significant because if you take a company from a negative deficit, a company that has not declared profits over a period of time, and within 1 year, of course, he would have been appointed in 2025, and 1 year down the line, you can turn around the business and make a profit of 1.2 billion. Then it means that a lot has gone on in terms of how management has been performing. And you don't only single out management, you also look at the board that has been put in place, because many a times it takes the strategic direction of the board to approve some of the policies of management, to approve some of the financials that the management will want to embark upon to see this turn around. So the management responsible for the day-to-day administration of the institution, you still have a board that is responsible for strategic direction of the institution. And it takes these two, if they work in tandem, to bring about such significant changes. But you take no credit away from the CEO, who is responsible for the day-to-day administration. I am very hopeful that with this particular setting for 2025, they will work harder, because as we speak now, TOR still needs investment to bring it to full capacity. It has the capacity to process about 60,000 barrels of oil a day, and that translates in excess of over 1.2 million or so barrels over in a year. And currently they are doing about 28,000. So there's still a lot more work for TOR to do. Recently, I saw of the Abonga refinery support that has gotten to them, which is helping to improve on their capacity. And so I will urge government, you put your money where you get these results. And so if they require financial inflow of over $200 million to turn and make much more progress in terms of their work, I would urge on the Minister of Energy to look into the activities of TOR and give them the needed support, so that at the end of the day, such leaders will continue to work hard and bring transformation. Adam mentioned about his youthfulness and some of the contributions that some of the youth are doing. I believe that if he happens to be in his 30s, then it is also very commendable in terms of showing the youth of this country that given the opportunity, if people want to commit to hard work, they will be able to bring such changes. And that is not only limited to him. We've had a lot more youth being given opportunities in time past and have excelled. And I believe it is a good trajectory that we are all leading. And so let's commend TOR for what it has achieved. And I believe that they should strengthen their operations and their governance structure to do more and improve on the position of TOR.
Okay. So, gentlemen, so the reset agenda is on, Adam?
Yes, I believe it's on. But, Moro, I'll keep saying that we don't have to get complacent. We can still do better.
Right.
And I know that even Edmund Combat himself, he will not just sit and celebrate this as a victory. He would want to achieve more. Because indeed, there's a turnaround, but we must do more to make the institution itself self-sustaining. So none of us must get too comfortable Every other day, there's a new challenge that must be solved. The good people of Ghana gave us overwhelming confidence on December 7, 2024.
Right.
And we have no excuse than to deliver. So I wish all of them doing great job. I wish them very well.
Okay.
And I want to, again, encourage Combat and his team that they should continue excelling in managing Tor.
Okay. All right. So LGBTQ and matters arise. Before then, once again, congratulations to Combat, Edmond Combat, Mustafa Abubakar, Godwin Emba, and also the board of Temawe Refinery. You've done a fantastic job. Keep making us proud. And yeah, it's just the beginning of better things to come, I want to believe. So, as I did indicate earlier, Godwin Emba, you have been bombarding my lines with issues about Tor, some months back, and he thinks that Tor is doing a lot of things, but the media is not highlighting it. And I said, well, you bring us the results, and they would highlight it. So we've looked at it.
I think it's also largely because of the kind of person Combat is.
Right.
I've monitored some CEOs. Some CEOs, even when they have a board meeting and they plan to take this action, they come to announce it. That we will do this. But monitor what Tor has been doing since 2025.
Right.
They announce results, not intentions.
Right.
And so Godwin, yes, it may be because your CEO likes to keep things to himself until he gets the result, then he announces. So that's also one of the aspects that you have to pay attention to. I think that remarkable leadership at Tor, and President Mahama will be excited to have this young man.
So Andrew Ejapa-Mensah is a former deputy energy minister, of course, former MP for 2nd D. He sent us this message. He says, this Tor issue. Well, let's commend the board and management of Tor for the excellent job that they are reported to have done in the past year. However, if they have a current capacity of 28,000 barrels per stream day, and we're told that they refine only 600,000 barrels in the year 2025, that comes to only 21 days of processing, less than 1 month. If that is the case, then there is something that is missing for which explanations ought to be provided. That's the question he also wants to know, do they have crude? Well, we're told that, I don't know what do they have the crude means, but if you read the story, we're told that the companies that are playing at the downstream sector, upstream sector, are the ones who are going to be supply them the crude for them to do their job, for them to refine, which is like a government policy, So how do you call it? You get the crude and then you send it straight to Tor for Tor to refine it. Now, Abdul Kudu says, Salamu alaikum. The reported profit making of Tor is intriguing to me. It's good news nonetheless. My question, however, is where is the profit coming from? For some time now, Tor was reportedly making revenue from tolling, i.e., storing excess fuel of importers like Centio, a source that was not available to previous CEOs. Now, the critical need of Tor now is to be able to procure and process crude on its own books. The present configuration of Tor does not allow it to produce fuel to the standard required of the Ghanaian market, 50 ppm. The government must deliberately invest or get a strategic investor. Hassan says that, bro, we have to see more of people like this MVP MP to move Ghana forward. I wish I met him one day. And it says, in my lovely industry city of Temato and Vako are doing very, very well. But he also says, Hassan, he says he knows you. He says that please tell my lovely MPM them to keep relying on the hard work and motivation than the players, because the national teams of Ghana have prophets and prophetess, but they have lost all their trial matches. Prayers are also important. If MPA them remembers myself and Haja, my wife took him and Sami, blah blah blah, before the election to see a friend and blah blah blah. So you know who this person is. Now this one, so Mustafa was actually monitoring. The deputy Tor MD was actually apparently he was monitoring. So he says, good morning, guys. Please tell them, yes, we have 1 million crude oil, and this June we're getting Ghanaian crude. So that's the response to Ejapa-Mensah's question. So Ejapa, I hope that that answers the question that you posed. Now, Carlos Odudio from Odudio says, with regards to Tor, Temawe Refinery, I would like to commend and congratulate Edmond Combat and his management team, executives and supporters at Tor for the good work they have done. If not for the research agenda and the change in government, the previous NP administration was virtually reducing toll to scrap value. Today, some people within the sector who are trying to undermine the government's efforts and ensure that it does not succeed. The NPP rep at the studio knows exactly what is happening from their team and actions. And he says it is clear that they are not interested in supporting what is good for the country. However, they are not God, and God will continue to prevail. We therefore thank Edmond Combat and his team for their dedication and hard work. They have done very, very well. Congratulations to the NDC government, and keep up the good work, Carlos. And I say, God bless you. Okay, so Musa Abatwa from Kumasi says that, I essentially agree with Honorable Edem Agbana. Let me put it on record that the NDC is the only party that has consistently prioritized toll. Under President Mills, toll's debt challenges were addressed, and today, under another NDC administration, the refinery has been revived after years of decline. Toll is once again becoming a key pillar of Ghana's economic growth. The NDC protects and strengthens strategic national assets, while the NP nearly allowed toll to collapse. Ghanaians can see the difference. My regards to elder statesman Dada Ato Ahoy. Now, let me just say that I wanted us to talk about this LGBTQ matter because there's been some development. Unfortunately, time is not our best friend, so we'd have to find some other day to talk about it because this thing would need a bit more time. We need to look at what is different from the old bill and the final bill. But let me also say that as I did say, the latest is that the president himself has acknowledged that there have been some procedural issues, i.e. there was no quorum, i.e. there are some legal issues that have arisen, and so he thinks that the matter is still under discussion. In fact, the Speaker of Parliament himself has said he also recognizes that something has gone wrong with the way the bill was handled in Parliament, and so he's actually summoned the leadership of the minority and majority to come for a meeting for them to look at it. So if you can just do the two-minute speech because we need to take a break.
That cannot be true. Okay. That cannot be factual. Right. What does the president mean to say? That there are procedural issues. Passing a bill sits at the bosom of Parliament. Okay. And when Parliament sits and passes a bill, it takes Parliament to transmit the bill to you, the president, and then you act according to the constitutional provisions. And so, whatever happened in Parliament, it is for Parliament to determine whether the bill had gone through the due processes.
In fact, he said he had heard.
No, but
he said he had heard.
No, you don't just hear. As a president, you should be properly briefed. So you don't say you've heard that there may be procedural issues. But you should validate.
That's fine. But did you see Alban Bagbin's? Have you watched Alban?
Yeah, I'm coming there. Yes. I'm coming there. So the first point is that the president cannot claim that a bill that Parliament has passed and it may be on its way to his executive end to make a decision because it's a private member's bill. He would be raising issues about procedural and then also quorum because it doesn't lay in his purview to make that determination. Parliament sat. I was in the House. We disagreed with certain provisions of the bill. We argued very vehemently against the conduct of the majority. They went ahead and passed the bill. The bill is now passed. The Speaker is saying that he had concerns to the effect that the bill he understood would at least go through some couple of days under consideration. Because normally when we are passing bills, there may have been some consensus as to how many clauses you want to deal with and so on and so forth. But that is for leadership and Speaker to get into those agreements and bring it to bear. Because I remember on the day when we started, we had the community bill, community service bill. And then there was an agreement that we would do about 13 clauses for the day. So we can move on to the LGBTQ. I thought that their same bill, we could do some clauses and then defer to the next. Right. But as the NDC always does, anytime they have opportunity to use their numbers to bulldoze legislation, they will ignore counsel, they will ignore contribution from the minority, and they use their numbers to do it. And exactly that was what they did. They saw us having issues, we not being tolerated in our staff, and so let them use their numbers to pass the bill. And then when they saw that the minority were not in numbers, they used their majority to pass the bill. Now the bill has been passed. Once it has been passed, the president should sign it. The president promised the good people of Ghana, and NDC said that when the bill is passed today, the president will sign it tomorrow. Why is the president now passing by the back and saying that he now has lawyers and the attorney general and all of those people to advise him whether it has to now be reviewed and brought back to Parliament. No, that was not what he told the people of Ghana.
All right.
Even if it has been watered down as we have complained, he should sign that watered down bill tomorrow.
Okay.
When he gets down to Ghana, we expect the clerk of parliament to go to the presidency, set the tables for the president to sign the bill.
Okay.
And not hide behind the back and be talking about procedural and all of those things.
Moro, do you remember?
3 minutes, I beg you.
Do you remember the famous cease and desist letter from Nana Bediatu Asante?
Yes, I do.
You remember that letter?
I have it here.
You see, on this issue of LGBTQ and matters surrounding whether there were procedural issues in Parliament or not, the only thing I want to say first is that the NPP as a political party lacks the moral authority to even speak on this issue. Moro,
is it not about
you are demanding President Mahama to assent to the bill.
Yes, tomorrow.
In 2024, when Parliament duly constituted, quorum was formed, and the bill was passed. Why? Was there no quorum in 2024?
So is there quorum in 2025?
When the bill was sent to the presidency, you did everything to frustrate it.
You didn't get there.
You did everything. Actually wrote a letter warning the clerk of Parliament not to submit the bill for assent. So today you are riding on a certain. I mean, you have no such moral right. Moro, what is happening is that yesterday, the Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honourable Alban Sumana for Bagbin, made a categorical statement that he had invited the leadership of both sides because to him, and I'm quoting the Speaker, it was surprising that the bill was able to pass the consideration stage because according to him, the instruction he left was for the bill to be considered or for consideration to be done. That's what the Speaker said. So if the president of the land says or makes reference to the statement by the Speaker and says that when he returns, he will fall on the legal counsel. He didn't say that I will not sign or I have signed. He said I will fall on my legal advisors. So what is all this noise about the president trying to use
Parliament as state proceedings?
Moro, let me say something. 30 seconds, Moro.
The bill has
been
passed.
You've said it.
Moro, you see the hypocrisy. You see the hypocrisy of the NPP. The day the bill, that was last week Friday. I was in the chamber. In fact, I sat directly behind the majority leader. When we were considering the bill, all their members, except the minority leader, the Honorable Akoyomake, they walked out. No, at the time we were considering, they were organizing a press conference and alleging procedural breaches.
I was in the chamber through and through.
No. At a point, look, I can show you video evidence behind the minority leader. None of you
because you refused to listen to the minority.
So you walked out alleging that. So you walked out.
Where were you?
You were organizing press conference. You were out there organizing the press conference. You had let me tell you what they do.
Gentlemen,
do you know what they are good at doing? Do you know what they are good at doing?
How many
anytime there is a business on the floor of the house, anytime we are considering something in the house, they run away and organize press conference.
So
have said your purpose press conference.
Tell the president to sign the bill. Tell him not to run to the backside.
Even Reverend, what's his name?
You should sign the bill. The bill has been passed. There's no procedural error.
Even Reverend, for the voice exposed of the bill.
Even in the water, you should sign the bill. Even in that water down, you should sign the
bill. As a message for the two of you.
He keeps running away.
Yes, gentlemen. Isaac Pasho. Isaac, I beg you. Oh, Isaac, I beg you. Our viewers will not enjoy this. So Kojo Tumbafu, Adam, hold on, Edo. So Kojo Tumbafu says, Moro, tell them that he should go easy on us, the old Duats or Duadis. We know we have mileage, but we still they try puff along small. But let me take this opportunity to wish all the young titans who have found their way into leadership positions in this government to remain disciplined, committed, and ensure accountable to their commission. Do not give the Scandal Development Authority an occasion to thrive upon your slipstream. All right. So please don't go anywhere. Stay with us. It's still Good Morning Ghana. We'll talk Black Stars briefly.
Finding the ideal property shouldn't be a daunting task. At MNC Properties, we believe everyone deserves a place to call home. That's why we specialize in providing affordable housing options under our flagship project, Fresh Property Joy. Specifically designed for low and medium income earners, our range of customizable homes includes 2 and 3 bedroom standard and executive options, all meticulously crafted using innovative interlocking brick technology. We understand the importance of simplicity and convenience in the acquisition process. That's why we have designed our procedures to be straightforward and hassle-free, offering flexible payment options tailored to your individual needs. In addition to our affordable homes, we proudly offer litigation-free lands for sale in vibrant and upscale communities that present the perfect opportunity to build your dream home. We are committed to making affordable housing a reality, providing you with the joy of owning a home that meets your budgets and aspirations. Whether you're looking to buy, rent, or invest, we've got you covered. Our service team is ready to assist you on 030-255-1917. MNC Properties.
As the days come and go, there's always shit. Let colleagues explore all the planetary bodies. Our mission is in Uranus to treat hemorrhoids, anal fistula, anal fissure, anal incontinence, hydradenitis suppurativa, using laser ligature for pain-free and speedy recovery. On Uranus Street, Accra, is Main Tuber Hospital and Coloproctology Center. Trust Uranus with us, and we will delight you. Visit Main Tuber Hospital today or call us on 0244 581 541.
Grab your bottle and unleash the taste of Storm Energy Drink. A bold flavor, a big attitude. Feel the vibe, own the moment. It's your time to be different. Storm Energy Drink, make your mark. Excessive drinking can be detrimental to health. Not recommended for persons under 18 years, lactating mothers, pregnant women, and people sensitive to caffeine. This advert is FDA approved.
Switzerland, Susia, Turkey, USA, Uzbekistan, Uruguay, Ivory Coast. Let's play football. Put hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. Put your flags up, cause this is the World Cup.